I remember Tessa was in grade 11, and she came to Esty and I, and she said, Dad, I'd like to stay out late on a Friday night and a Saturday night. I said, what do you mean late? She said, no, I want to stay out late. So I said, okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't you go and think about it? Come and tell me what time you think late is. What time do you think you should be home? She said, okay. Off she went. She did. She went and thought about it. Esty and I had a chat. This is a secret to raising children. You and your wife or you and your husband must be on the same page. Now remember when I spoke about the parenting style. Sometimes you'll find a husband or a wife haven't really got the same style, but this you do need to have. You need to be on the same page in front of your children. Never argue in front of your children about what the discipline should be or what the boundaries should be. You must talk about that beforehand. And so Tessa went off to decide what time she should be home. Esther and I were talking. We both agreed midnight was a good time. After midnight, all sorts of drama happens. Midnight, you need to be home. So Tessa comes downstairs. Mom, Dad, I thought very carefully about it. I think I should be home at midnight. I said, that's good. We also agree. Okay, off she walks. I said, ooh, where are you going? She said, what do you mean? You said I can come home at midnight. I said, I did. What happens if you're late? What happens if you're 1 second late? What happens if you're 1 minute late, 1 hour late? Oh no, she says, Dad, you decide on the consequences. Because children are actually quite harsh in themselves. Tessa realized this much early on in her life. She realized that I'm a little bit softer than she is on herself. So I said, okay, I'll tell you what, Mom, and I'll think about it. I'll come back to you. Esther and I talk about it. So this is what we decided. I call Tess back. Tess, I think that if you're late, 1 second late after midnight, the next week, you must be home 9:30. The week after that, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12. She said, why? I said, well, we're going to teach you how to be home on time. Do you see this whole thing? Consequence must apply to the infraction. She said, that means for 7 weeks, I've got to be home early. I said, yeah, but you're in training. Because if you come home late, you need to train how to get home on time. Oh, man. Okay, she says, you're on. So she agrees. Everything goes well for 3 weeks. No problem at all. Oh, man, that 4th week, Friday night, Esther and I are getting ready to go to bed. It was about 11:45. Esther said to me, hey, Tessa's not home yet. I said, I know. I think it's going to be close. We wait 1 minute to 12. I kid you not. Now, at night, things are very quiet. It felt like a herd of buffalo coming across our lawn. It was Tessa. Ah! She's running across the lawn, thumping. It's going crazy. The dogs are barking. Now, she had a key to get in. I hear the front door. She's shouting at the door, open, open. She's trying to get through the door. Eventually, she gets and closes the door. I looked at the alarm. Literally 15 seconds before midnight, she gets into the house. Now, we have a rule. We have a rule in our house, and it works for all of us. When you come home, come and say good night, even if we're sleeping, because guarantee we're not sleeping. Parents do not sleep when their children are out anyway. You're wide awake. Just come and say good night. Everything's cool. And we do the same. When Esther and I come home and the kids are at home and they're sleeping, we knock on their door, we say, hi, are we home? See, same value. The value is not I'm controlling you. The value is if I wake up and you haven't said good night, I need to start worrying. I need to know where to start coming to look for you. Maybe something has happened to you. So Tessa comes, good night, or she goes to bed. Next morning, we get up, we're having breakfast together, and Tessa comes downstairs, and she says, yo, Dad, that was close last night. I said, I know. We heard you. What happened with the lock? She said, that stupid key wouldn't fit. I said, but you made it. She says, I know. I said, Tessa, what happened? She said, Dad, these boys, they make me so mad. I told this guy, listen, you got to get us home before midnight. Then on the way home, he decides to put petrol in his car. What's wrong with him? Why didn't he put petrol beforehand? I said, oh, anyway, we started laughing and giggling, and Tessa ran across the lawn, shouting at the lock. But then as they went off, Esty said to me, Brad, you know what happened? I said, yeah, Tessa nearly didn't make it. She said, no. Tessa ran across the lawn and was shouting at the lock because she knew if she wasn't in by 12, the 9:30 would kick in. You see, that with consequences, children got to understand. If you cross the boundary, it's going to apply.